Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Myself, Riley, and my friend Cole are creating this channel to inform buyers and users in the E-moto market. For our first video, we will be unboxing and giving our first impressions of the Sur-Ron X Black Edition. We'll also compare the bike to its competitors in varying fields. Included with the Sur-Ron X is a toolkit with everything needed to assemble the bike, a sticker kit, number plate, and manuals. Included from Luna is a COVID-19 kit, including disposable masks, nicer reusable masks, and a snack in case you get hungry while you're building your bike.
Riley and I have been riding mountain bikes since before middle school, and we were also into dirt bikes before we bought the Sur-Ron. So we want to go over a couple different things that are on the market that might be comparable to a Sur-Ron so that you can decide to see if the Sur-Ron is something you might want to purchase. Riley and I have both owned and ridden Trek Slash 9.8. This bike costs about $6,000 new. And it comes with very good suspension components, very good drivetrain components, and very good brakes. With any mountain bike, you're going to be able to ride it around town, no problem. Take it any cross-country trail, any downhill trail. You can take it to Whistler or Mount Bachelor, and it will perform just fine there. These weigh about 30 pounds. The Slash 9.8 is carbon, and you got to power it with your legs. Upgradability wise, it's really not necessary. This bike comes ready to rip out of the box. So the next thing we wanted to cover are e-bikes that come from popular mountain bike manufacturers. So we're going to talk about the Trek 9.8 rail. This costs $8,000 and it weighs 47 pounds. The only difference of this than just a regular mountain bike like a Slash is that it's pedal assisted by an electric motor and battery. Everything else held the same. You're going to be doing the same things. You're just going to be able to go on longer rides with less effort.
Next, we are going to talk about dirt bikes, using the YZ250F as our example, as it is a bike I have owned. It costs $8,199 and weighs 240 pounds wet. It produces 42 horsepower and around 20 foot-pounds of torque. As time goes on, places to ride dirt bikes are becoming more obsolete. They shine in places like motocross tracks and OHV trails, though. You can also ride them in places like the dunes or on longer expeditions. Aside from weight and the sturdiness of components, the Sur-Ron is more similar to a dirt bike than a mountain bike. Where the dirt bike falls flat is in the reliability and maintenance department. It requires top-end rebuilds, bottom-end rebuilds, clutch replacing, and valve adjustments on top of all the maintenance you'd already do on a mountain bike. A dirt bike is something where you could easily spend as much money as you wanted on them, not to mention the high recurring costs of yearly maintenance. Factory dirt bikes are currently costing upward of $80,000. All of these costs don't include the large vehicle you would need to transport a dirt bike.
Coming in at $3,600 and 110 pounds is the Sur-Ron X Black Edition, and it's the cheapest thing we have on the list. Its weight is closer to a mountain bike than a dirt bike, which allows the Sur-Ron to descend tight trails with more control than any full-size dirt bike could. The low weight makes it very low effort to ride. The Sur-Ron does not tear up trails more than a big guy on a mountain bike, which allows you to get away with a lot of riding on mountain bike trails. The place that the Sur-Ron shines is its versatility. The Sur-Ron can go most places that you would ride a mountain bike and most places that you would ride a dirt bike. It is a jack of all trades at a very reasonable price. Electronic components are inherently reliable, and if they do go bad, most repairs are bolt-in, plug-and-play operations that anyone can do. The Sur-Ron does lack in quality of suspension components. Although they have ample travel, the adjustability and ride of the stock suspension components leave a bit to be desired. That being said, the Sur-Ron comes with 6 horsepower and 160 foot-pounds of torque stock. For $3,600, you really can't get this kind of performance out of anything else on the market. Although the Sur-Ron comes ready to rip out of the box, there are a lot of options to spend more money on these if you want to unlock the potential and start being more competitive with the dirt bike. Electronic component upgrades include 72-volt battery and upgraded controller, which will more than double the horsepower, and it would be very easy to drop a couple $1,000s on suspension while you're at it. Before you know it, you might be into it as much as a new dirt bike, but at the end of the day, you can't take a dirt bike everywhere that you can take a Sur-Ron, especially when the noise isn't going to bother your neighbors.
We both owned mountain bikes and dirt bikes at the same time before buying the Sur-Ron. After buying the Sur-Ron, we sold both the mountain bikes and the dirt bikes because that is just how well the Sur-Ron bridges the gap between the two. Unless you have tons of land to ride a dirt bike on where you have no neighbors to upset, or you enjoy the exercise aspect of pedaling uphill, the Sur-Ron is the perfect choice. Being smaller than a dirt bike allows children, women, and men to enjoy riding and transporting the bike leisurely while still being able to take a thrashing if you felt so inclined. The bike has gotten us out of the house more in the last 2 weeks than we rode the dirt bike and mountain bike combined over the last 6 months. It really is a great all-around machine. Stay tuned for the next video where we look into aftermarket braking solutions and do comparison stop testing pitting the stock pads against aftermarket Shimano pads. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing.